Hello everybody, so today I thought I would do my everyday makeup routine. So if you want to see how I created this look, keep on watching. So I've already washed my face and I tend to get red cheeks, which you can't see too much in the camera. But because of this, I use the Kiss Ass All Is Calm Anti-Redness Concealer by Soap & Glory. So I tend to put this on any red patches that I have, which is always my cheeks and around my nose. And I tend to put it just a little bit on my chin and my forehead. At this point, I look insanely crazy. But I take my Real Techniques sponge, it's the pink one, and buff it in. Still a little bit strange, however, it'll be good after I've put the foundation on. So for the foundation, I use the Revlon Colour Stay Combination to Oily in 150 buff, which is this here. So what I tend to do is I take the orange Real Techniques sponge and I just pump a bit on. It's just a small little bit, and I start dabbing it over. I tend to do one half, then the other half, then like down the middle. Side. And then little layers. And that's foundation done. I then do some concealer underneath my eyes and around my nose. And for this I use the Rimmel London Match Perfection in the colour 10 Ivory. So this has a kind of brush at the top, I don't know if you can see that too well. So I just squeeze some of the product up and place it in those areas. So in just under my eyes. And around my nose. And then I also tend to do a little bit in my forehead and my chin just to highlight. Like so. And I then use the little teeny purple Real Techniques sponge and the little pointy bit to do it. that's the base done. Then at the moment I've been using the Manicadar Beauty powder, HD perfecting powder, and it's just a completely white one. Something I got on a Birchbox, so it's completely new to me, but it is a brilliant powder I found. I then use the beauty powder brush. Is this here anyway? And is the beauty powder. I just swipe it on and I dab on. I don't swipe, just so that I can set the concealer instead of moving it. And I can get quite oily, I find, so I do put it all over it. Then using the Real Techniques tapered brush, I use the contouring kit Ash Brown by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's just in it. It's just a separate little container. And I use this to contour. So I don't use too much because it is quite a strong one. I do find when I contour that I'm kind of contouring and bronzing at the same time, because I do the typical kind of line there, but then I also do on the top of my forehead as well, more of a contour in a not contouring, more of a bronzing kind of way. That's the cheeks done. I take a little bit more onto my forehead. And then under my chin. There we go. Then with the Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the colour Golden Lights, it's this here. It's an amazing highlighter. I've been using this for such a long time, and I use the Real Techniques fan brush. I take just a little bit on the tops of my cheeks. Cupid's bow, tip of my nose, and also just under my brow bone. I also then add it in the corners of my eyes, but I do that after I finished my eyeshadow. So I'm now actually going to go onto the brows. So first I just brush it out with a little spoolie. Then with the Mecca and Maya brow liner in number 22, this little eyeliner, I fill my brows in. I don't go too heavy on my brows, because it's just not my kind of thing, but I do fill it in a little bit. I tend to brush them out again, and then I will use the Model Co More Brows in light to medium, and it's just a little gel. So I'll put that on after I've brushed my brows again. I just find brushing my brows tends to even out the colouring that I've already put in there, and then this just sets it. I also find lightens up the colour a little bit because it is more of a blonde kind of colour. And that's the brows done. Now onto the eyes. So I use, at the moment actually, this Flutter Eye Collection, which is just adorable. I got it as a Christmas present, so I used that up. First going to take this here colour all over my lids. I'm going to be using the Eco Tools Duo brush and the shade side, so this here a little bit. I just use this as a base. Then I take the Spectrum C06, just this here thick brush, thick kind of tapered brush, and I take this gold shade and I just put this right in the crease. And because I've got quite hooded eyes, I do take it quite high up, kind of around there, instead of the actual crease. To make my eyelid just a little bit bigger. And just blend this out. Then I take the Spectrum B06, it's a more fluffy brush, and I take this here pinky kind of colour, kind of a shimmery pink, and then I put this over the outer third of the eye. Well, more like half, I suppose. And it just creates this kind of subtle look. Then this is when I go back in with my highlighter, and I just use my finger to take a little bit, dab it on the inner corners of my eyes to add a nice little shine. Like so. I've then recently fell in love with this Arrow Enhance waterproof eyeliner in the colour Bright Now. It's this really natural pink. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I find it really just opens my eye up. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom waterline, and I really find that just opens my eye up. And then to finish off the eyes, I use my Givenchy Black Taffeta mascara. And it's just a small little tester one of it, which I absolutely love. It's a beautiful mascara. I'm going to be so sad when it runs out. You see, it makes such a difference, mascara. Here we go. That's the eyes, all completed. Then all I have left to do is my lips. So I always like to put some lip balm on first. At the moment I have the Nivea Sun Protect SPF 30 waterproof one. It's this here. It's just what I've been using at the moment. I find my lips get really dry if I don't, so a little bit of that. And then I'm going to be using my MAC Boldly Bare Lip Pencil. This here is just the nude to line my lips. And so I'm then going to use my Gerald Cosmetics Hydra Matte in Serenity. It's a lovely nude colour. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below any other video ideas you would like me to do, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! It's the noodles! Oh my god. This is why I do not kneel.